As we listen to A Bed for Winter again today, we're going to listen for how the animals, or we're going to think about how the animals are alike. We're also going to pause and ask ourselves some questions as we go through our story. This is going to help us to understand what we're listening to a little bit better. So let's listen again for our second time through of A Bed for Winter.
A Bed for the Winter, written by Karen Wallace. Subscribe and check out our channel where we have more books, toys, crafts, and more. A fluffy-tailed dormouse stops by a meadow. Cold rain is falling. Soon snow will be coming. The dormouse is looking for somewhere to sleep. She needs a bed for the winter.
Where does the dormouse stop? She stops first at the meadow. What is the dormouse looking for? She's looking for somewhere to sleep.
Meadow. A squirrel gathers leaves high in a tree. He makes his nest warm for the cold winter weather. But a nest in the treetops is too high for a dormouse. The dormouse looks up, then scurries by. Nest.
Why is the squirrel gathering leaves? He's gathering leaves to make his nest warm for the cold winter weather.
A queen wasp sleeps under an oak stump. She has squeezed through a crack in the rotten wood. But a crack in an oak stump is too small for a dormouse. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. Stump.
What animal does the dormouse meet next? They meet a queen wasp. The queen wasp stays in the trunk or the tree stump, What other insects do you think could fit in the crack in a tree stump? Maybe ants? Other bugs? Sure.
A golden-eyed toad sleeps under a stone. It is muddy and wet, and the toad's skin is cold. But it's too wet for a dormouse under a stone. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by.
The dormouse comes across a toad next. What animals has this mouse met so far? First, she met a squirrel. Then, she meets the wasp. And now she's met a toad. I wonder who the dormouse is going to meet up with next.
A mother brown bear sleeps in a den. She is furry and warm. She stretches and yawns. The dormouse looks in. The bear's teeth are huge. The dormouse trembles, then scurries by. Den.
Who does the dormouse come to next? She comes to a mother brown bear. Where does the bear sleep? The bear sleeps in its den.
Bats hang in a cave and cling to the rock. They huddle together and sleep through the winter. The cave is damp and dark. It's too cold for a dormouse. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. Cave.
Where do the bats live? In a cave. And why do you think they're all huddled together in this cave? I think because it's damp and dark and cold in there. They're probably trying to keep warm.
A family of rabbits hop into their burrow. They live underground when the weather is cold. But there are too many rabbits to make room for a dormouse. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. Burrow.
How are the dormouse and the rabbits alike? How are they different? The mouse and the rabbit are both furry and little. They're different because rabbits have big ears and they hop. The dormouse has little ears and she scurries.
An owl with sharp claws flies over the meadow. He is hungry and watchful. He is hunting for mice. The owl swoops. The dormouse hides in a bush. Where can she find a safe bed for the winter?
Why does the dormouse hide on this page? Because the owl is hunting. The owl is hunting because he's hungry. What do you think he's hunting for? He's hunting for mice. If I was that dormouse, I would be hiding too.
A deer comes to the meadow. She nibbles the grass. Her coat has grown thick for the cold winter weather. The dormouse shivers in the wind, then scurries by.
Why do you think the deer's coat grows thick in the winter? To keep them warm. What do you think happens to its thick coat in the summer? It probably sheds its thick coat just like you take off your coat in the summer, and you put on your coat in the winter. The deer's fur does the same.
A storm is coming. The sky has turned black. Bees fly home to their hives. Ants run to their nests. I. The dormouse waits under a branch for the storm to pass by. Where can she find a safe bed for the winter?
What animals does the dormouse come across next? She comes across bees and ants. Bees and ants. What are the names of their homes? Bees live in a hive. Ants run to their nest. Their homes are a hive and a nest.
A snake slides through the grass. He has hungry black eyes. He stares at the dormouse. His tongue flicks in and out. The dormouse is trapped. She's too scared to move.
Look at the picture of the snake. Why do you think the dormouse is afraid of the snake? I think it's afraid of the snake because he looks really hungry and mean. If you were a dormouse, what would you do? I would stop or run and hide.
The snake slithers closer. His forked tongue comes nearer. Boom! Thunder rumbles. Crack! Lightning flashes. The snake stops for a second, then shoots into the grass.
What is about to happen in this picture? A storm is coming. How does the snake act before the storm begins? He kind of acts hungry. What does he do after the thunder rumbles and the lightning flashes? He shoots away into the grass to go hide.
The dormouse runs through the meadow. Her heart pounds like a drum. She climbs up a tree trunk. She crawls into a hole. She finds a place that is safe and dry. Tree trunk.
Where is the dormouse? The dormouse is in a hole in a tree trunk. Why is she safe and dry? She's up high, so she's safe. She's in a hole, so she's dry.
Snow falls on the meadow, the ground is frozen and hard. Snug in the tree hole, the dormouse is sleeping. Her long, fluffy tail is wrapped tightly around her. Her search is over, the dormouse is safe. At last she has found her bed for the winter.
Where has the dormouse found a bed for the winter? Where is she sleeping? She's in a tree trunk. Where did the dormouse begin in this story? She begins this story in the wide open meadow. And where does she end up? She ends up tucked snugly into the tree trunk, into the hole of a tree trunk.
Picture word list. Meadow, cave, nest, burrow, stump, hive, den, tree trunk.
What does this page show us? This page shows us everywhere or all the places that the dormouse goes. Where is she at the beginning of the story? She's in a meadow. And then she goes to a cave, then a nest, then into the burrow, by the tree stump, near the hive, and the den, and then the tree trunk finally. These are all of the places that the dormouse visited as it was looking for a bed for the winter. Where did the dormouse find its bed? In a tree trunk.